You wanna dance?
Yeah, sure.
She writes a number down. She gives him a little kiss. She is unfulfilled. What does she do in this situation? That's my point.
That's it.
Y'all know the classic black film The Wood and the main characters Mike and Alicia. We're trying to figure out whether Mike would be considered the side dude once he and Alicia got together for real, why Alicia chose him to be her first, and why do you think that Mike didn't choose to tell his friends and win the bet over who would lose their V card first?
I'm Heit.
And I'm Cheri.
And you've discovered Axiom Amnesia.
We want to thank all of the supporters who helped to make this video possible. If you want your name to appear alongside these contributors, make a one-time donation via Cash App or click the thanks button on this video, or you can head on over to patreon.com/axiomamnesia or become a channel member by clicking the join button to enjoy all of the benefits of becoming a monthly subscriber.
Just waiting on Alicia anyway. Everybody up in here trying to get a dance, including me. So you want to talk to her, all right? Man, don't do that. Well, then hook me up.
I think Roland realizes that Mike actually kind of likes her and is not making passes her, while Slim is still like, well, everybody trying to get with that, so you could forget about that. He was like, including me. So Slim is still chasing her. Actively.
And Mike has insider notes, right? Insider tips to know how to get her. So if Roland goes and he try to hook him up, then he's interfering with what her own brother gave about her.
Yep. Luther Vandross says, if This World Were Mine plays and Mike has his opportunity to do what Stacy says do and try to get himself a dance with Alicia.
Right. And they say that it is the last song of the night, but what if they did not play the song?
We wouldn't have a movie.
Maybe I should think about this, man. I mean, I did grab a butt that day.
You wanna dance?
Yeah, sure.
And between the machinations and the small talk, it was like 3/4 of the song was over by the time he finally asked her to dance, and she agrees and they take the dance floor.
Bruh. She was dancing all night, and then when this song that happens to be her favorite is on, she got nobody to dance with. Nobody, I guess, asked her. And then why is it that in movies, when you ask somebody to dance, you have to leave from where you are to go somewhere else to dance? Why can't you just start dancing where you stand?
Right there where you are, you got to go down to the middle of the floor. And
just
and
so
I think
dramatic.
that guy might have, I don't know, it felt like the guy who passed her at one point did ask her to dance or was saying something to her.
She was waiting for
Mike.
Mike.
She was waiting on Mike. She was waiting on Mike the whole night. This is the life of the girl. The flip side is the guys are full of activity trying to cast wide nets and get every number they can. But for the girl, you're waiting on the right guy. To the guy you like to actually make his move. Because if she had gone up to him and said he wanted to dance, it probably would have ruined the whole vibe for him, and he probably wouldn't even like her anymore. Another connection to Love Don't Cost a Thing is that is Christina Milian, a young Christina Milian, dancing with Roland.
I can't hold it any longer, Captain. She's gonna blow. I was in full salute at this point.
Mike catches the wood.
Again. While they're dancing, and Roland and Slim are low-key hating on him because they can't believe he's actually dancing with her and with his hand on her butt. Both of his hands on her butt.
Yeah, this time it was consensual.
Because she smiled after he did it.
That's like Trump. Just do it, and then you'll find out if she like it after the fact. Hey,
disgusting. I can't believe you brought him up.
That's basically what happened. He grabbed her this time, but what if she didn't like it this time? Right?
I think this time maybe she would have slowly moved his hands back up to where they belonged.
But it would still be unwanted.
Yeah, like if he was being too fast.
But that's the whole dynamic in relationships, right? Just, there was this thing that you need to explicitly ask these things that just don't naturally exist in life.
Well, and also remember, what she said when he played the game and grabbed her butt was, you don't know me. You don't know me like that. Well, I guess now after a couple months or whatever, you do know her. And, she's more agreeable.
And this is probably not a bet.
This is how we do it in North Carolina.
This is how we do it in LA.
Take it up, take it in.
I always laugh at this part because, he's got basically a boner. And so he moves his midsection back away from her so she's not feeling this. And then she, and he's trying to play it off. He's like, this is how we do it in North Carolina. And she's like, well, this is how we do it in LA. And then next thing you know, she pulls herself to him and she feels it, and the expression on her face is like
Party's over, y'all.
Then she pushes him away.
priceless. And then she's like, because again, in a girl's world, you're not thinking about any of that. Like, you have not at this age. You just don't, you're not back then, maybe. You just not, that's not on your radar. So it was very unexpected. She thought she was doing something. This is how we do it in LA. And then,
Yeah.
After the dance, Mike walks Alicia out, and they're outside talking, and he gets her number. She writes the number down. Had a good time. She gives him a little kiss. And Stacy is there to pick up Alicia. Stacy is like a great brother because he drop her off. He pick her up. He
commits
picks her
a
up from
robbery
school.
in between.
Yeah, commits a robbery in between. Drops her friends off because they go to school with her, right? And but he picks her up from school and stuff like this. These are pretty good.
He's here to look out
his
for her.
gang banging duties ain't getting in the way of him looking out for his sister.
How many numbers you get tonight?
Just one.
One. Alicia? That number right there is worth 10 of them skeezers up in there, man. You won, Big Mike.
How did Slim know to call Mike Big Mike? So it is revealed that both Roland and Slim had 7 numbers, and then when they find out that Mike had Alicia's number, they're like, oh, well, that's worth more than the ones we have. And then they're like, you win $1, Big Mike. Maybe they talked about it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he said,
It just
hey,
didn't
he's
show
told
it.
my new name is Big Mike while they were in the party and
But-
the small talk.
What actually happened after he got out the car, he was like, no, he just wanted to know my name. So maybe after
maybe
that,
they
he
talked
said
more.
they talked more about the name. So, but that was just a little tidbit where he just knew to call him Big Mike.
But let's talk about it. Like, Alicia was so revered that her phone number was worth 10 phone numbers from these, quote, other skeezers or whatever he called them at the party, which I think is just like, I don't know, in the minds of these young men is just nuts.
Yeah, which is why they never even went to ask her, right?
Burner High School. Lots of memories here.
Roland is still trying to be a player.
I'll at y'all later.
Mike is talking about how basically his pursuit is still girls.
Now, high school was a whole different world, but basically with the same objective at hand. Girls.
And we see the Slim has lost his Jerry curl and has a
Yeah.
low cut fade now.
And it's 1989, probably because that's what's on the wall. So the styles have changed a little bit. Roland is wearing an Africa piece. I guess that's pretty good how they showed it because we're changing the scene from middle school to high school. And then basically at the same time, the culture was changing.
Another thing to note is that it looks like they went to public middle school, and for high school, they went to private school because they're at St. Bernard's and they're wearing uniforms now. Whereas before they weren't wearing uniforms because you remember the red shorts or whatever that Alicia had on when they were in middle school. So we also find out that Alicia and Mike only lasted about 3 weeks when they were in middle school.
We were a couple for about 3 weeks. That's standard for junior high relationships.
But now that they are in high school, they are friends and, they're making plans to study together after school.
I'll see you later, okay?
Yeah, me too.
He's still trying.
Damn.
Young Slim was a good match for older Slim.
Oh, nigga, you crazy. Look, man, it's on me, man. Yo, Mike,
So we see them back at this same pizzeria and they're having discussions about how nobody is getting any tail.
man, it's like they ain't giving it up, man.
And why and how much power these girls have in the fact that they're not giving it up to them. And, just talking about the general woes of the high school male in their pursuit of something to fix their wood.
The first one to get some pussy gets $5. If after a month no one gets none, put an additional $5.
So the bet is about who gonna get some first, and then we go into a montage of them actually trying to win the bet.
Come on now, why you acting like you don't want to do this? But you...
And what's so funny is the song Casanova by Levert is playing in the background as they attempt to get some.
How long we been going together?
A week and a half. What you doing? You want me to let you put that inside of me? That's so nasty.
I can catch blue balls or something.
No, you need to back up. That's nasty.
You already started on the wrong path. Why not finish?
What? Let that nigga Terry bone. I know I look better than that nigga.
Man, I'll buy you something. What you want?
So Alicia is giving Mike some insight because, you know, they study and they talk, and he talks about how, you know, she's really his friend and they can talk about just about anything. And she's trying to let him know that it is not a small thing for a girl to decide that she's going to sleep with him. And so he needs to understand this.
You know, doing it ain't easy.
Come
Gotta
on,
be
man.
special.
I heard that before.
We'll hear it again.
He's just being very insensitive because, you know, he wants it. And then next thing we know, Alicia is saying, maybe you need
Alicia
to find
is
somebody.
hot in the pants.
I know. Maybe you need to find somebody who wants it just as bad as you do.
You know what? Maybe you need to find somebody who wants it as bad as you do.
And I'm like, Alicia, girl, he got a little girlfriend and everything. You got a boyfriend and you over here, Alicia, girl.
Maybe I do.
You know what? Let's just go because we ain't gonna get no studying done.
Okay, so we get this exchange where they basically talking about who they're going to homecoming with.
So you going with your boy? What's his name? Eric?
You going with Kim, right?
Monica.
Oh yeah, Monica. My bad.
Mike said that he asked Monica because she would say yes, and Alicia is like, that's the only reason you ask her? And he said, yeah.
I knew if I asked her to the dance, she'd say yes.
That's the only reason why you asked her, because you knew she'd say yes?
Yeah, why else?
Yeah.
Then Alicia asks, what, are you afraid of rejection? And Mike says yes.
So what, are you afraid of rejection?
Yep.
I don't think you would get that as a woman, right?
Yeah.
Because you probably don't see as much rejection. So you just go with the short shot. You go with the one who has already chosen you, right? That's what that's about. Hey, this girl has chosen me. Why am I going to go somewhere else and try to
Bang my head against the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I can see that. That's so interesting. Just these are not the things that tend to plague the adolescent girl.
He's probably like, if this one guy don't ask me, then some other guy is going to, multiple guys are going to ask me and I get to choose which one I want to go to the dance
maybe
with.
or maybe not. It depends on where you are on the
Yeah, but I'm saying,
desirability totem
well,
pole.
she is Alicia, who they said was all the way at the top,
Yeah,
right?
okay. They're going to ask Alicia, but like the other girls that they may be talking about, maybe only one or two guys ask them. They may not have a lot of as many options either.
You know anything about that since all the brothers ask you?
Not all the brothers.
Motion sensor lights. That's what's going on in 89. Basically, Mike makes his way up to Alicia's room and the radio is playing and it sounds like
Midnight Love, The Quiet Storm.
during school hours, like right after they came back from school.
We're slow jamming tonight. This next one goes out to Lisa from Terrence.
Aw, how sweet.
But then the song comes on the radio, If This World Were Mine by Luther Vandross and Cheryl Lynn.
Oh.
In the conversation, Alicia is like, you and Slim and Roland always betting on stuff. You probably bet on who would get the booty first, didn't you?
Y'all probably bet on who would get the booty first, didn't you?
Of course, he's completely shocked that she would have any inkling that they would be betting on such a thing.
Booty first?
Yeah, booty first.
And he, of course, denies it.
That's stupid.
Another interesting thing about the way this scene is that she's in her bedroom. She goes and she sits in the middle of her bed and she's like on this island bed. He is not being forward, getting on the bed with her or anything, right?
Hey, you want to find out? Come on.
He's kind of leaning over the railing and, you know, understanding that this could be something like I'd have made it to her room. You know, he doesn't want to mess this up.
That's how we do it in North Carolina.
Ah.
It don't matter that each of them have a girlfriend and boyfriend either, huh?
You know, I still love this part.
What is he doing?
He's trying to undress her. Alicia asks if he has protection because the song just gets them in the mood for whatever, and they start hugging and kissing, you know, reminiscing on old times.
You got protection, right?
Yeah. See.
So Mike goes off to a corner and tries to put the condom on, and it don't work out like he thought it would.
Is it supposed to look like that?
Yeah.
Got his shoes on. He only just literally pulls his pants down and that's it. They both still have on their school shirts. Like, this is very first time-ish, I guess. I don't know. So, of course, just like in every movie, like, I want them to just stop doing this. In every movie, he tries and it's not in the right place.
Not there.
This is the exact same thing that happened in Dead Presidents, and we talked about it in that movie too.
What? That's not it.
By the way, we did a full breakdown of Dead Presidents. It'll be in the description, and if you want to see that. Then it is uncomfortable to her, and she says to him, maybe you just need to back up a little bit. And he's like right there, and he's just like, come on, girl.
Oh, come on, girl.
And she acquiesces. She's having potential regret, like maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe this is a bad idea.
Oh, shit.
So the rubber breaks, and you know, he's like, this is my last one.
It's your only one.
It was his only one. Okay. And then she's like, well, go get another one. And you know, of course he doesn't have one. And this presents a problem. He's like, well, we don't need one, do we? And she's like, yes, we do.
Come on, we don't need one, do we?
Yes, we do.
Oh, damn.
Now, obviously, not just to prevent pregnancy, but you got to remember the times. This was about 1989. We're in the midst of the AIDS epidemic. It was safe sex was all of the messaging that was coming out, especially for young people. And so there was no way that somebody who was going to be as responsible as Alicia was not going to be practicing safe sex. So then what's funny is the tables actually kind of turned, because just a minute ago, she was like, maybe you need to back up. But then he gets in like 2 pumps, the rubber breaks. And now she's like, okay, I'm ready to go. I need to do this. And so she tells him, go down to Stacy's room, which is just down the hallway, and get one of his rubbers.
Go down the hall to Stacy's room. I know he keeps them in his top drawer.
And Mike does not want to go do anything that could upset Stacy. So Mike is like, nah, I ain't going in there. And she's like, look, do you want to do this?
It's only down the hall. Are you trying to do this or what?
Like, she flipped the peer pressure on
What
him.
she was saying was that you need to find somebody who wanted just as bad as you do. So he just happened upon the right one.
Well, and then I think what happened is they continued to have that chemistry between the two of them. They liked being around one another, and they had matured enough to kind of say, okay, I kind of, I like you.
Right.
Like
they
that.
brought up that with the right place, right time, right person, too.
But he was about to miss his opportunity if he ain't running, sneak in Stacy's room.
The things that men go through.
Okay.
Like, he's like, he's willing to risk his life. And right, because basically what she said, you want to do this, right? So he's like, yeah, I'll do this, and I'll risk getting caught by Stacy to do it.
Stacy said, you can get a dance with my sister. He didn't say that you could do with my sister. So I'm just wondering what you think Stacy would have done if he had caught him.
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
Awkward.
So Mike goes into Stacy's room. He gets the condom from the top drawer, and as he's doing that, Stacy and his girl come in, try to get it on, and Mike has to jump under the bed and hide. And then when they look for a condom, Stacy's girl notices that, hey, one of the condoms missing.
What happened to your rubbers? You had 4 rubbers. Now one's gone.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And much in the same way that the same robbery saved them when they were headed back to the party or the dance, is the same condom had, or the same theft, I guess you would call it, of a condom saved Mike from Stacy.
Who is she?
Who is who?
The hoe you fucking, that's who.
I ain't fucking no hoe but you.
Don't call me no hoe.
Yo,
Shut up and take me home.
No, I was just playing.
And it was just like what Boo said too, that he just wanted to get some condoms.
Uh-huh.
So this stuff just keeps reoccurring, and I do kind of like that they dropped those tidbits throughout the movie that actually, came back around.
So Mike makes it back to the bedroom with Alicia, and this time he actually starts taking off his shirt and everything, like he about to get real comfortable up in there.
What happened?
I got it. It all worked out.
And we noticed that Alicia has taken her shirt off too, so they're not in school clothes anymore, and he ain't gonna do it with his tennis shoes on. So this is about to be the real deal.
It all worked out.
I guess that means this was meant to be, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
So they do their thing.
I'm actually having sex, and with Alicia, this cannot be real.
He does his thing.
Yeah, he does his thing because she's just like laying there, and then he's just done. You know.
Oh yeah, it's real.
Typical.
Mm-hmm. Like, is that how it goes down? Every dude, first time it's gonna be like
the typical comedy movie trope.
Mm-hmm. And the expression on her face is kind of like, all right, so I guess that's it. And
yeah, and she's like, so you're done?
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
And I think that's the downside, right, for the young lady in these situations, is that, these boys don't know enough, right? They're just trying to get to it. And when they do, they kind of don't know what to do with it. And so it just is all about them. And then in the end, she's just kind of like, okay.
And then she turns into a 304 because she needs somebody else after this.
No.
Oh.
Don't even say that about Alicia.
But I'm saying, so she is unfulfilled. What does she do in this situation? That's my point.
That's it.
So she does smile, as you pointed out. She does smile. But I think that let's look at what's happening in this scene. The song that is playing is After 7, Ready or Not, and it is a love song. I think that in this moment, she's feeling like the love, like she's been falling in love with him as friends. And, they wanted and everything like that. True enough. But I think that she realizes that the relationship has taken a turn, and that for her, it is about the intimacy. It's not just about, oh, let me get my rocks off in the same way as it might have been for the guy. But it's weird because it's like he can't fully read the room. And, for him, it's largely physical. And I think for her, it's very emotional in this sense. Her attack, this is why she's able to probably still date the guy after something like this happens.
That's pointing to some actual, I guess, perceived difference between men and women, right? It's just that's just how it is, that our concerns are about different things. We care about different things in these sorts of situations.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen now?
I don't know.
What about me and you?
Me and you sounds good.
Okay, so he says, after he's kind of laying there feeling good, and he says, so what's going to happen now? What about me and you? And she's like, me and you sounds good, right? So now they're going to be a couple after.
He basically asserted a relationship on him.
She whipped it on him and got that relationship.
Yeah,
and
but
she's going to go to the dance with him.
That's not what he was asking, though. That's what's so funny about it.
What was he asking?
He was just asking, what is our relationship going to be after this? Like, how do we just be friends and stuff? And she's like, yeah, we boyfriend and girlfriend.
We go together now.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That's exactly. You better believe we go together
now. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not what he was asking, though.
I thought that's what he was suggesting.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go to the comments. When he says, what about me and you? Is Mike saying, what about me and you, is suggesting a relationship? Or is he just like, I need you to redefine what happened because, we done boned now? I need to understand this, because I felt like he was suggesting it, and I was just about to say, well, we'd say that if there's no emotion, but now he's looking at it like, maybe I want to get with you. or the flip side of I want to keep this gravy train
so
coming.
that was part of it. Maybe he was like, maybe I want to get with you, but that is not the question that he asked.
The question is, how do I keep this gravy train going?
Yeah.
Is that
And it
really
was
what
like,
the question
no.
is?
No, it was about what is our relationship going to be? And like, maybe we should it's a discussion, not of I'm asking you to be my girlfriend. Then she can respond with, maybe we can go together. Or, like, it's not just a definite, are we a couple now? That wasn't the question from my perspective.
It probably wasn't a question from Mike's perspective either, but we go together now. So the other question I was going to ask before I got off on this tangent was, do you think that Mike wanted a relationship at this point? I mean, because he's young. You know what I'm saying? Girls tend to be socialized to want to kind of get with the one guy, have the one boyfriend, have that's just how girls are socialized through the years. And, or at least at that time, I can't speak for what they're doing now because they got all kind of things we didn't have. But at that point, that's how girls were socialized. So does Mike even want a relationship, or does he just want to,
Well, he's in a relationship with Monica.
Yeah. Yeah. Good answers. I don't know. I liked to believe that he was showing his sensitive side and, this could be a win-win for both of us.
It is, but it's not the question that he asked.
So we find out that Mike did win the bet between the three of them on who would get the booty first.
I guess you just gonna have to buy you a new suit.
So I won the bet.
But he didn't want to demean Alicia like that by betting and winning. And so he didn't tell them that they had done anything until after one of them had gotten it.
She was worth more to me than some money and bragging rights.
If you made it this far into this breakdown and analysis type, it was consensual. In the comments, so we know you're one of the real ones who watched this breakdown to the end, and we're not responding to people who didn't even watch what we said.
But just so that you know, we do have multiple channels. And so when you become a channel member, you become one. We only have one membership, which is on the Axiom Amnesia main channel, which is linked in the description. That's not this channel, but you get access to all of the exclusive videos and also any live streams that we do. And you'll also get access to like early releases, because one of the things that we're trying to do in 2024 is, have more and more consistent content, even more content for everybody. But you get like first look at all this stuff if you are a channel member or a patron. And, and we also like the people who, we understand if you can't give every month, that's fine. But the people who Cash App us, we love that. That just helps to keep the channel going because we're doing our best to provide all of this to you.